Just recently, Streamer Steak asked over 80 questions about Skibidi Toilet and more. Today, we will learn about how the idea for the series came about, learn information about the movie Skibidi Toilet from Michael Bay, as well as touch on the second part of the 79th episode, namely, when it will be released, learn about the duration, as well as what additional scenes will be in the full 79th episode. Will we see the Half-Titans? And will G-Man appear? And that's only 10% of the questions, so don't forget to give me a like, because I tried to make this video as fast as possible for you. All right, here we go. The questions are going to be more simple at first, and then they're going to get more complicated. So let's start with this question. The streamer asks, when you sit on the toilet, do you think about Skibidi Toilet? To which the Dafuk Boom responds with,
100% no one knew this, but the actual toilets were borrowed from Skibidi Toilet.
And then the next funny question, how do toilets go to the bathroom? I think a lot of people have wondered this question, and now we're finally going to find out the answer to that question. Here is Dafuk Boom's answer.
They probably convert all the waste into some form of gas, then spray that shit everywhere.
The question was also about Dafuk Boom's online store. Will there be new merch soon, or any other merchandise? To which Mr. Boom said there would be. Next up, the conversation came back to the show, specifically about relationships on the internet. How do you feel about how the whole internet sees Skibidi Toilets and treats it like a Brainroth Dafuk Boom sent back a gif that said it's their loss? So Dafuk hinted that he doesn't really care about the opinion of the haters. They also talked about the technology Dafuk Boom uses to create episodes, namely the computer. The question itself is, what kind of computer do you use to create? What are the components? Dafuk says it's not Apple brand. Did you build it yourself? Says Steak. To which he gets an affirmative answer. But we never learned the exact parameters of the computer. Then it came to our favorite episode of Dafuk Boom. In all the time you've been working with Skibidi, what's your favorite episode? Dafuk Boom took about 5 minutes to write a message after that answer. After a while, he wrote this.
I think the 50th episode was the first one that got a big hype and that I seriously worked on. Before that was also my first conversation with Michael Bay. I think the 50th episode is his favorite episode too. Out of the last 10 episodes, my favorite episode is probably the 77th because of the sheer scale of it, although it was excruciating to work on.
There were questions about Dafuk Boom's personal life as well, specifically about education. Do you have a college degree? To which Dafuk Boom wrote,
quit midway through to focus on YouTube. Best decision of my life.
Then another question about technology. Do you have any experience with cameras or filming? My dad always notices some certain camera models.
Hobbies and personal hobbies. Studied a bit online and on social media. No professional activities.
And here's a question about the movie Skibidi Toilet from Transformers director Michael Bay. Who wants more information about the movie can find it on the channel or watch the video on the right side of the screen. What did you think of the movie or short film? Were you expecting it? Dafuk responded that he did.
Yes, very much so. So much anticipation that I'm ready to flood Michael Bay's direct with various junk.
The conversation turned to how Dafuk uses failed ideas or designs. Did you have any failed designs or character ideas to share with?
Yes, but I can't say.
Why can't you say? Are you still going to use them? From this point on, the questions got bigger and consist of storylines. Are there storylines from the past that you're thinking about but haven't used yet? A question related to the collaboration.
Yes, there were plans for characters I didn't show because too many other characters were shown in past episodes. That was Simp Cameraman in episode 60. Also, the 77th episode appearance of Polycephalus and TV Woman, who were supposed to actively help TV Man Titan in the battle with Juggernaut. And it was even animated, but was cut, so that the battle would be one-on-one.
Will there be more Skibidi Toilets characters in Fortnite? Answer with a GIF that says nothing is impossible. There were many questions with this answer, so I won't discuss these questions in the video, as there is no point in doing so. Now, this is a very serious question. Will we see the Speaker Man base before episode 80? Of course, Dafuk Boom did not answer this question as it is a spoiler, and in response only sent a picture that says it's too related to the plot. Similar question, but only with G-Man's appearance in episode 80, the answer is the same. A bit about the G-Squad. Did Michael Jackson and the Mafia Toilets survive the Titans TV Man attack? Dafuk Boom responded like this.
The next part will answer that. I've noticed a lot of people are wrong in predicting what happens in part 2.
The streamer decided to clarify, what are they wrong about? Dafuk Boom responded with the same picture, meaning spoiler. After the appearance of Speakerman Executor and Toilet Mafia, there is a question related to the Half-Titans. Will Cameraman or TV Mensa get their Half-Titan? Unfortunately, we didn't get a definitive answer from Dafuk Boom. Just the anything is possible gif. You've probably already noticed that characters have started talking more and more, like Cameraman Titan in episode 72, and even Speakerman already. So the next question is, will TV Woman ever talk? The answer is the same gif. Anything's possible. And now let's look at the questions about the second part of episode 79. And so the first question is about the Dafuk Boom team. Do you have a team now? Can we expect a faster release of episodes? Dafuk Boom sent a GIF hoping for that. The next question was about the release date. When do you think part 2 will come out? Dafuk Boom said.
It should take less time than the first part, maybe this month, but I'm not promising.
Now the question about the length of part 2. Will part 2 be longer or shorter than part 1? Said Dafuk.
In general, shorter terms, it will be the last one, followed by a full episode.
And then a question about the full 79th episode. Any expectations for the full episode? The answer. My birthday is July 31st. Do you think the episode will be out before then? Says the streamer. Dafuk Boom responded positively. A long time ago, Dafuk Boom promised to show a character growth chart. And the next question, as you realized, will be about this. Everyone has been asking me to find out about this. When do you plan to release the growth chart? Dafuk Boom wrote.
Not now.
About future episodes of Skibidi Toilet. Specifically, what do you expect from 80 to 90 episodes? Anything about the plot or in general? Dafuk Boom replied like this.
I can only say how I'm planning it. I can't predict how things will turn out after episode 79. But as I think there will be a lot of hype here. One of the biggest things I'm planning.
That is starting from episode 80, there will be a lot of hype. I remember this answer because I also asked a question to Dafuk Boom a few months ago where I was trying to find out what will happen after episode 80. And at that time, Dafuk said that all episodes will be hot after episode 80. Another question about the second part of episode 79. Is there anything we should expect from the second part of episode 79? Can you be more specific? As I said, Speakerman the Titan may appear in episode 79. After all, his appearance is expected at this point. Why not Titan Cameraman? Because there is too little information about him, only one that the Astro toilets that were chasing him disappeared, as well as about Titan Cameraman will soon be a question, and you will find out why it will appear Cameraman and not Speakerman. You said a long time ago that there would be someone stronger than Astro. Did you mean an alliance or something more powerful? Dafuk Boom responded with a spoiler picture. Will we find out what's inside the Moser ship? Dafuk Boom sent a anything's possible gif. How long have Astro toilets existed? If they've existed so long, why don't they have more other powerful weapons?
Who says there isn't one?
What happened to the detainer? What did the Astros do to him? Dafuk Boom posted a GIF spoiler.
But that was the plan, and he's coming back in the next 5 episodes.
Is Earth the most fought against Astro at the moment? Dafuk said.
Yeah.
And now the questions will be related to scientists and labs. Did something go wrong on Alpha Hills, or did they do what they wanted to do? Dafuk Boom answered this way. How did Katie and Dave meet each other?
Working for STAR.
And one last question about Katie. What is the gate that Katie talked about in the first part of episode 73? Dafuk Boom said.
It was the last experiment that led to an unforeseen outcome.
Now about Titan's TV Man and his device on the core. Is TV Man Titan's consciousness strong enough to override the core capture device? We saw in episode 79 that the TV Man is still conscious. Can we hope for his return? Is the core capture device that strong? Dafuk Boom wrote NYY, the abbreviation no one understood. If you know, please post in the comments. Will the kernel device be used again? Boom posted a gif of anything is possible. Unexpected question about G-Man's children. Does G-Man have a child? An equally unexpected answer from GIF. Answer me yourself. These questions had already been asked by Dafuk, and now he only confirmed them. Will there be episodes underwater?
Yeah.
Will there be episodes in space? Gave the exact same answer. Can Astro control TV Man Titan's speech? Dafuk Boom answered in the affirmative. We also talked about the voicing of characters, especially female characters. Who voices the female characters? Dafuk Boom wrote that he voices them himself. This is probably a joke, or he uses very high quality and realistic AI voices. But still, I think he has a real person helping him with this. We always expected an adequate answer to this question. because according to our theories, Skibidi Toilets grow with the help of scientists' experiments. So, how do Skibidi Toilets grow?
They grow like other species, bro. Genetics. Scientists unlucky with genetics.
That's also how they remembered the strangest or stupidest TV man. Is Larry coming back?
Yes.
How many people are left on the planet after the Skibidi virus? Why is there only one big G-man while there are many big cameramans and speakermen?
Yeah, I like to keep them unique.
What is the potential for G-man? Will you ever improve the earlier episodes?
Great potential.
If so, when?
I probably won't improve it, but I'll probably release it as full screen and slightly remastered.
Will we have subtitles for the older episodes? This was answered in the affirmative. Season 25 was also brought up, specifically the moment when G-Man talks about his secret weapon. Question: secret weapon, is it a person or a device? And the last question about the 79th episode. How many additional scenes will be in the second part of the 79th episode?
Both of those things. Probably one scene at the end and some fixes to the first part.
And the final question, with a surprising answer. Do the new Astro screens affect the speakers or just the camera on it? Does it pierce standard camera lenses? Dafuk said it does, because as we knew before, hypnotizing or destroying through the screen was not possible for Speakerman, but now for some reason it is possible. Hopefully we will find an explanation for it in the future. From this interview, we learned a lot of new things, and most importantly, we were revealed a few more details of the series Skibidi Toilet. From the important and relevant news was that the second part will probably be released faster than the first part of 79 episodes, and already this month, that is only in 2 weeks. It will be shorter in duration than the first part, but as soon as the second part is published, a full episode will be released with the first part corrected, as well as with one additional scene at the end. I'll be very happy if you subscribe to the channel, because most people unfortunately watch videos without subscribing. And with you was, as always, Super Cameraman. See you very soon. Bye.